Okay, welcome to my We Evolution talk. The topic of today is the uncomfortable truth behind human unhappiness. Because if we are really honest, we have to admit that we live the best lives ever. No generation, no humans in the history of our species ever had an even remotely comparably good life than we do. But despite all that, we are ever more unhappy. And the question is why? And why do we constantly complain, argue, worry, and honestly, quite often about trivial things? We are in a constant state of discontent, and that's not funny. There are three reasons. The first one, and they're all evolutionary, genetic. So they're hardwired into us. The first hardwired reason is a very simple one. We always compare ourselves to everyone around us. That means in the past you compared yourself to maybe 20, 30, 40 people. Today, modern media, social media, it's billions of people. This creates expectations that hardly anyone can fulfill, which means that comparison is the thief of joy, because there's always somebody who lives a better life than you, which directly leads to the second point. We also have a set point for what we expect, what a good life should look like. The minimum threshold, the minimum requirements, and those constant comparisons, they increase it and increase it and increase it. And the reason is because evolution has taught us that more is safer, more food is safer, more warmth in winter. That means more clothes, more fire. It's always more and more. The more you could, for example, collect nuts, the better you could survive winter. So we have this inherited trait that more is better, and that is constantly inflating the set point of what we expect. Let's be honest, if we go back just 200 years, people would have been happy with one set of clothes, one pair of shoes, enough to eat, and some kind of shelter. 50 years ago, we were still happy with a small house, a small car, and a color TV and a landline. Today, big house, two big cars, new smartphones, super fast high-speed internet, and lots more. That means our set point for what we expect a good life looks like has constantly increased. This is the more and more and more. The second trait that nature has baked into our system. And if we are really honest, and I told you that is what I try to do today, we behave like spoiled children. We are spoiled because our life has become so good that we don't even know anymore what hardship is. At least many of us don't know. The sad truth, on the other hand, is that more doesn't always make you happier. If you have reached a certain point, you have enough. It really gets hard for more to make you any happier. Sometimes, if you buy a new car, you get a new pair of shoes, you get a new smartphone, you are happier, but only for a very short time. Can be a few seconds, few minutes, a few days, and that's it. And then this happiness is gone. You cannot buy your way to happiness anymore. So, I have a special example because we also eat ever more food, and this food, too much of it, becomes a literal burden on our bodies. And if we buy heaps of things, the only thing they do, and we don't use most of them, is they clutter our lives. So this is really not good. And it's not just things. It's also, we want more friends, more likes. We want more love. We want more of everything. There's always something we aspire to. There's always the chance that there is something better out there somewhere. And that's what we want. More and more. We could also work less. Retire early, and here again, get more out of the system. Everybody wants to take more from our society and give less. The same trait as before, more money from the system, earlier retirement, but putting in less. Difficult for any civilization. The truth is, we're not unhappy because things go too badly for us. At the end of the day, most people live a pretty good life. We are unhappy because we have achieved a state of unprecedented wealth and comfort and safety. And that means once you reach that point, more doesn't make you any happier anymore. You already have enough. And then it becomes complicated. But our program doesn't stop. We are biological creatures. That means you have this program inside of you. We always compare ourselves and we always want more. So we strive for more. Even so, this striving for more doesn't make us any happier. So, basically, you could say if you reach the top, there's only one way, and that is downhill. And that leads us to the third aspect, because our instinct already tells us that the future will mean that we have to live off less. That especially if the ultra-rich grab an ever greater piece of the pie for themselves, there's not enough left for us for a very simple reason that we are living on borrowed time. We are living on a planet that is running out of resources, and we're also running out of humans, which basically means that the future is a massive challenge. And the reason for that, and we have to be dead honest about that, the reason for it is we want more than the planet and our civilization can deliver. We want too much. Big, big problem. So our inflated expectations of what a good life looks like is at the end of the day breaking the system on which our civilization depends. And that leads to the third reason why we are unhappy. Because if there is one thing that we hate, really hate, and it makes us more unhappy than not getting more and more, it's losing. We don't want to lose our status. We don't want to lose our health and our wealth. We hate that more than anything else. So, the uncomfortable truth about our growing unhappiness is constant comparison kills the joy. Ever more of everything doesn't make us any happier anymore. And the future looks as if the majority of us will lose out in status and wealth. That is the reason we're talking about 3 biological mechanisms. We're not functioning in a world that has got too rich and is now running out of resources. So, the result is unhappiness. Unhappiness despite living an objectively good life, which all of us do. We are unhappy while we live the best lives ever. And the single best news at the end that I can offer you, if you want to become a content person, you have to have realistic expectations, and you have to learn to love, live, and be happy with the things that are really important to us. And that is not a third car and a new smartphone. It's a job that fulfills you. It's real people, real friends, real family, which naturally includes kids. Because together we can manage whatever life throws at you. Alone, on the other hand, because we live in an I culture. The I culture has no chance of surviving. It's destroying our planet. All right, so if you're interested more in these subjects of why our civilization, the richest and greatest civilization that has ever existed on this planet, is just as doomed and will collapse as any other civilization before it. It's collapsing under the weight of its own success and inflated expectations. And I've written the book about it, and it's available on Amazon. Thank you for listening.